Well, Treasurer Jim Chalmers calls it a perfect storm. Australian Industry Group CEO Innes Willox called it apocalyptic. And those are only slight exaggerations. Here's what's happened to the gas price. And this is electricity futures. It's all about the war in Ukraine, which has quadrupled the global prices of coal and gas. It's a global energy shock as drastic as the one in 1973 that was waiting in the shadows to mug the Whitlam government 10 months after it was elected. Now, we have another new Labor government this time, but we're less reliant on fossil fuels than we were then. But still, it is a little bit apocalyptic. The crisis arrived at the stock exchange today when Origin Energy was forced to tear up its previous earnings guidance and just shrug about the future. Investors marked the stock down 14% as a result. Apart from that, the market was flat, with falls on tech stocks, but rises by miners, banks and retailers. Most commodities went backwards last night, falls by gold, iron ore, oil and aluminium. The Australian dollar eased slightly, and Asian markets were mixed after a fall in New York. And by the way, last night I said the New York market went up on Monday, but actually it was closed, and they forgot to tell me. One graph of house prices tonight, the monthly change, and you can clearly see the slowdown that began at the start of last year and has now resulted in a fall in the national median house price. But there's no such thing as a national housing market, is there? There are cities, towns and suburbs. So, for example, Sydney's median fell 1% in May, while Adelaide's rose 1.8%. And finally, just one thing to tell you about GDP. It's back to where it would have been if there hadn't been a pandemic. That's it. And that's finance. Thanks for watching. You can check out more finance news by clicking there. And don't forget to click subscribe down there to get all the latest updates from ABC News.